So I just finished a workshop with a bunch of business owners, helping them work out their path to financial independence. We worked through a Google Sheets projection tool that I created to basically help our clients to have a deeper understanding of their path to financial freedom and ultimately what levers they can pull to improve their trajectory. The insights were really valuable and I want to share them with you. And if you're interested, let me know in the comments and I'm happy to share a copy of the tool with you. Now, the reason why we do this, and to give you a bit of a context of the philosophy, is that my job is to help get business owners into their financial driver's seat and to stop them from abdicating financial responsibility. Because for so many people, they're busy in their business, they don't categorize themselves as financially strong, and therefore they're like, well, okay, I need to outsource this function to a financial advisor or an accountant and get them to make all of these decisions for me. And I don't care, I'm not going to be involved, and hoping that that gets me to financial freedom. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a lot of trust and faith to put in a complete stranger. And I don't care how well you know that person. How do you hold them accountable if you don't know really what they're doing? So the best thing that you can do is to learn the skills, to be able to get in that financial driver's seat and be able to ask intelligent questions and to be able to hold your own in that relationship, because you're going to be able to extract a whole lot more value. The reason why most people don't do it is, one, they have these preconceived ideas that they're not financially minded. Anyone can learn. I've even had clients who have been financially dyslexic and I've been able to teach them these principles and been able to change the way that they go about leveling up their relationship with money. Two, they haven't had a trigger. Like there has been no reason for it. Like, I'm focusing on other things. It's not a priority right now. And the reality is most people end up leaving it too late. Or three, they don't know where to start because it's complicated. There's so many assumptions that need to be made. The good news is I've made a career of building tools that help people like you get into their financial driver's seat. Now, in this particular session, what we did is we basically went through this Google Sheet that was based on a number of inputs. So it was your current age, the income that you're earning pre-tax, your superannuation, your investment assets, your assumed rate of return, inflation, your expenses, mortgage, all of these details. And basically created a financial model all the way through to turning age 100, determining when you will be financially independent. So essentially, by when do you get to a point where your asset base allows you to be able to draw passive income without having to erode the capital. And then working out, well, when do you get to preservation age, or when you can access super? And then when do we get to what we call fat fire, which is basically 50 times the amount of income that you need to be drawing, which essentially means that you're never going to be able to spend the money and you're going to compound your asset base, which then allows you to build generational wealth. Pretty cool situation to be in. Now, when we went through this exercise, the insights were really interesting. The first thing is that for a lot of the people, they didn't necessarily understand how to find the accurate inputs in their situation. There was ambiguity around the definition. What does net wealth mean? Well, it means our asset investment position, excluding equity in our home and excluding superannuation. Well, what's my super balance? Most people hadn't even checked. They didn't know what their balance was. For others, like, well, what's my mortgage? What's my interest rate? How many years do I have left on my loan? All of these things have a significant impact on your ability to create financial freedom. And this just adds to the kind of complexity of building this financial model for most people and the reason why they don't do it. Now, we then went into cash flow. And for most of these people, they didn't have a accurate method of tracking their cash flow. I'm sure, like most people, you've probably done a budget. But the reality is you probably don't update it very often. And for our clients, we actually set them up with an automated financial dashboard that gets data feeds from all of their bank accounts. And every single day, they get an update of their net wealth position and also their cash flow position. I was able to demonstrate on the call in less than 30 seconds what my current net wealth was, what my cash flow position was, and I was able to plug it into the tool. The hardest part was the two-factor authentication. So we can set that up, and for the vast majority of people, that was a trigger for actions that they needed to go and work on that would ultimately allow them to get this level of clarity. Because if you don't know where you are right now, how are you going to work out where you're going to go? Now, what we then did is we went through and had a look at their current trajectory. So how are they tracking? And the reality was that people found themselves in one of three buckets. Bucket number one is they're on track or surpassing their targets, which is awesome, right? wouldn't you like to have a reaffirmation that you're doing the right things and that you're on the right track for financial independence? For these kinds of people, they're like, okay, well, I'm going to be building a legacy. What does that intergenerational wealth transfer going to look like? And how do I make sure I set up the next generations, or that I can contribute to causes that are dear to my heart? For some people, they're a bit off track. So then it's a matter of asking the right questions. Okay, well, what levers can I pull? Can I earn more income? Can I reduce my expenses? Can I change my assumptions around growth and investing? Can I adjust my expectations of when I want to be financially free? There's lots of different considerations and inputs and levers that we can pull to improve. Well, thirdly, for some people, we're having a come to Jesus moment. And forgive me, I've got Egbert coming to say hello. Hi, Egbert. How you doing, buddy? For some people, they were well off track. And in their current situation, unless they did something drastic, they're a really long way off from achieving their goals. And it's this come to Jesus moment that many of us need that allow us to work out how do we recalibrate what we're doing here and start implementing what we call the wealth accelerators to actually get us on track. Because unless we do something drastic, we're going to really fall short of our goals and ambitions. So I urge you, if you're in this position and you are flying blind, you can't tell me what your current financial position is and be able to pull that up in 30 seconds. If you can't tell me exactly what your financial freedom figure is and how much wealth you need in order to achieve that, if you don't know the target date that based on your current plan by when you're going to get there, and if you aren't sure of the sensitivity of the financial levers that are going to allow you to live life on your own terms and do the things that you want to do, then something's probably got to change. So if you'd like some help, I can send you a copy of the financial independence sheet that we went through, and I can also send you a recording of the session so you can experience it firsthand. Let me know in the comments, and I'll send you a copy. Catch you soon.